moment, and the drone coming down as well.
Whoa!
Oh, that already.
So, as we were saying before, the possibility of Scarlett derailing whatever strategies.
She might just end up canceling this hatchery and letting him build his Nexus.
But by doing that, it's taken some of the rhythm out of SOS's play, especially when you consider how fine-tuned the builds are that SOS tends to bring out. Having to pull for drones like that, probes like that, and we see this army now headed southbound, and with Queens coming with this shows that this is actually a very committed attack.
Yeah.
Since the Queens can actually heal some of the attacking roaches, and now some of those roaches being turned into Ravagers, so there'll be some artillery at play here as well, and that may make it a little bit more difficult. But hold on, is this going to be an overextension here for Scarlett?
Whoa! You are right about that, Tasteless. Some great force fields going down, but the corrosive bios clear them out. Scarlett has a huge army, but these Immortals are so strong against roaches.
It's going to be tough for Scarlett to break in still, but it seems as though she is committed. The 3 Queens now coming forward. We need to keep our eyes on those 5 Immortals just at the center of our screen here. Those are the real damage dealers.
Yeah, and those Ravagers as well, dealing a lot of damage, throwing down those corrosive biles, getting rid of force fields each and every time. Just the Immortals left over here with a few sentries. Scarlett trying to get on top of them. More force fields coming out. The probes being pulled as well.
We have a few links coming down here from above to try to draw some fire from those Immortals, and it certainly is working, but some reinforcements coming in to try to help out here from SOS as well.
Oh, these Zerglings doing such a great job at tanking a lot of damage here, but the army of Scarlett is beginning to fall. Just a handful of units left over. The Queens dealing some damage to the Immortals. More Zerglings coming down. Only 2 Immortals left.
We see a few more Zerglings streaming down here from the north down to the south. As long as Scarlett can keep those Immortals away, I think the 3rd base from SOS will fall.
Some great play here from Scarlett, keeping this pressure on. SOS had that early advantage, but can he hold on at this point? Zerglings coming up, trying to surround this army. Another Immortal falls.
Good dodging here by SOS. The fight has now been pushed over to this entrance to the 2nd base here for SOS, and it seems like Scarlett is slowly pushing SOS back.
Wow, Scarlett still putting on that pressure, still rallying down a few units, but she has switched it up a little bit at home. Some drones are being made. She's continuing on her tech tree, so this is just about the end of the attack. SOS will not be killed off here.
I'm curious to see how many workers were actually killed off back there in that fight, because that SOS cannot deal with, and as that damage continues to be output, the expansion should fall, and we see that attack happening right now.
All right, Scarlett coming down. This is a scary army indeed. But SOS, he's got some Immortals out here, some Archons. His army isn't too bad, so he has a chance to defend this. And at the same time, he has a Warp Prism on the map. That is so crucial. If he can get damage done while Scarlett's entire army is down attacking him and defend, that's where he can come back in this game.
Oh, and it's taken out, completely eliminating that option. Scarlett pushes in at this moment. SOS trying to get into a better position, backing up, hoping to use this area as a bottleneck so Scarlett's army can't quite move through.
I am thinking this is very rough for SOS right now. He doesn't have any aggressive options. He's splitting up his army. It looks like he wants to try a massive flank on Scarlett's army here, but I don't know if that's going to be enough.
I think it might not be enough, Artosis. These Zerglings now spilling in. A dozen workers already killed off. Now, from the north, SOS tries to come in from behind. Does he have enough? The Hydralisks immediately turn around, and that's going to be it. GG! Scarlett takes game number 1.
So I kind of like what we're seeing here. Scarlett, though, already very well defended against this Adept attack. Look at this, a lot of Banelings, a lot of Zerglings here. And there's no way that SOS can get in against that much. For some aggression of her own, she's morphing a lot of lurkers here. So this is going to get very interesting very quickly.
Is invested in. Now we also see a drop coming up here towards the main as well.
Yeah, this Korean player SOS.
Scarlett does come in at a different angle here. Has not quite broed that lurker over there in that location. It seems like several times in the center of the map, we've seen some engages where some of Scarlett's army has been pulled back in, has been fished away from the ideal position and has taken some damage, but Scarlett seems to be committing now. We're seeing a major attack happen up here at the entrance, although SOS's position looks strong enough, and so Scarlett does back out, looking for a different opening.
Scarlett continues to harass with these lurkers. She's actually killed a decent amount of workers right now. With the lurkers, workers with the lurkers, as they say. Say that 3 times fast.
Over here, Artosis.
Oh, yeah.
So, Scarlett is now setting up for an attack in 2 different locations. It looks like she's actually drawn at the majority of SOS's army over to the screenshot we have here. But down in the south, this push is coming in, and SOS is having to relocate, although it does look like he's relocated fast enough to drive away that initial attack. So Scarlett then moves back up and tries to wedge her way in further, trying to make a divide between the 3rd base and the 4th.
Wow, some great play coming out of Scarlett right now, flanking from 2 different sides here, trying to make it difficult for SOS to clean up anything.
She's actually just breached the main. If you see over here, she's actually got those lurkers set up so that the main army here of SOS cannot come in. And so these Hydralisks are coming up. If she can actually get up the ramp, this is going to be a huge damage to the production here of SOS.
SOS having a very difficult time right now. Those lurkers sieging up everything. SOS attacking him, but the lurkers are dealing so much damage.
I don't believe SOS has any vision over there, and that's going to be it. GG. Wow.
She could go into unit production. And we just saw in Scarlett's first-person view, she's making an evolution chamber. This means that she wants to transform an Overlord and drop those Zerglings into the main base.
But of course, when Zerg is doing this, it can be a bit of a double-edged sword, investing in those units. Oh, hold on. Okay, the cancel was forced there, and the Zealot is now out. But this is for a while in workers.
Now look at this, that Overlord being morphed. The probes are coming over. Zerglings drop out 1 at a time. So if they're there waiting, SOS can stop those Zerglings, but she actually attacks the front once again. A full wall in is made. SOS is actually defending very well so far.
Yeah, this is very good footwork here by SOS. Scarlett, continuously mixing it up with these various attacks. And it looks like there is actually a small opening to try to come in here with these Zerglings. So the maneuver from Scarlett did seem to pay off. And now we have to see how many more probes will be taken out. We're already up to 4.
All right, a shield battery even being made. So SOS is not taking this lightly whatsoever. Going down, dropping more Zerglings into the main base. Zerglings also attacking here at the wall-in once again.
Very awesome play here by Scarlett, hitting so many different fronts at once. The Zerglings now looping back around, and I think that, in fact, the entrance of SOS's base may be broken open here, and that would mean no gateway for the time being.
If she can take down this gateway, that is huge. It goes down, and that means that this Adept should be picked off as well. More Zerglings dropped off into the main base. GG! What?
A smile cracks from Scarlett's face the moment that game ends. We have that Warp Prism now coming back as SOS needs to bring everything that SOS has together in order to hold this initial attack here from Scarlett.
All right, the Oracle coming back for this defense as well. It looks like this Sentry might be picked off, a very valuable unit, so that is a painful loss. But with this Warp Prism coming back with the Archons, this base will not die right now.
But Scarlett is not done yet, now morphing many more Banelings, although this is spotted by SOS. Scarlett now unloading her Queens, beginning to target down the Archon that are being made to bombard SOS. This game could look very different, but SOS still with pretty good positioning seems to be hanging on.
Oh, wow, these Zerglings coming in, trying to deal damage to the Archons while the Queens tank all their damage. A very nice move here from Scarlett. Can she actually force him back? It looks like he will cancel that 3rd base, so he's starting to panic a little bit.
Okay, so being isolated from his 3rd, Scarlett decides to press further forward, and now coming out, she's going to try to come in here and break this position. We have a drop over here on the workers. So far, no kills, though.
Yeah, it might be a few right there. That Baneling's going to do a lot of damage.
Okay, no kills, but they're all badly damaged. If Scarlett can actually manage to break in here, she will shut down this game.
Oh man, Scarlett right now trying to push forward. These Overlords are very low in health, so she has to be careful. In the back here on 2 bases.
A drop headed towards the main, hoping to catch SOS off guard, is headed right towards these workers. We see a warp incoming. The workers not yet evacuated. There they go now.
Dropping out these Banelings. It looks like that won't be very much damage to SOS as he defends beautifully against this drop.
Workers, and already the action seesaw is now back to the north side of the map as SOS is trying to put on some pressure of his own.
Oh, look at this great defense by Scarlett. She already has her queens back. She already has her Zerglings back. SOS trying to get damage done, but again, a perfect defense. It's like Scarlett is reading his mind.
See, it's almost as if SOS is feeling out the map, trying to find an opening, and it looks like Scarlett was in fact planning on expanding here. This should be shut down. No, apparently SOS goes by to really try to break into the third base.
This is a really powerful army that SOS has right now. Scarlett still making so many units, but with those sentries, SOS should be able to dictate this battle. Some great force fields going down, blocking Scarlett's army way back.
Scarlett, though, continuing to press through here at the north. With these force fields placed down there, SOS is basically able to block off a huge number of Scarlett's army and continue to do more damage.
Some of the units are spilling through right now, dealing damage. The Archon gets pulled back when it's very low in health. More units being warped in here.
Scarlett comes down here now from the south, doing so much damage, but SOS seems to be pushing through a little bit further. Now that base down actually pulls them back, deciding she needs these to try to help defend and hold SOS off in this position.
Force field goes down. SOS attacking in here once again. Just beautiful concave here from SOS, dealing as much damage as he possibly can, picking off so many units. These Immortals dealing massive damage to the Roaches.
Most of the Archons and Immortals are still alive, but SOS does drive, or is driven down rather, to the low ground here. Again, it's Scarlett hanging on here. Really, SOS is abusing the fact that he's in this valley.
Yes.
And there's no way for Scarlett to come in and surround.
Oh, he's trying to pick off that hatchery. If he gets a kill on that base, that is a huge deal. We see that Scarlett coming up trying to defend, but I think, oh yes, he gets this base. And finally, SOS showing some life in this series.
After all that maneuvering back and forth, SOS does manage to destroy that location. Scarlett's now trying to push out and wipe out the remaining forces, but I think that was actually an overextension right there.
SOS's army, but he's being so careful, just not letting Scarlett do anything she wants here.
Nice drop over here to try to kill some workers, but Scarlett seems to be interested now in trying to push out. And here comes that drop right on top of the army, unloading and doing a ton of damage, taking out many of those sentries.
Oh, Scarlett pushing through right now. So many Roaches and Ravagers, but these Immortals dealing massive damage. A Warping of Zealots comes from SOS. Can he hold on against this massive Zerg army?
It seems like he's just barely hanging on, but some of the Immortals already so damaged, if any more are picked up. In fact, it's basically just Immortals now. It's just the backbone of the army area and can abuse the ramp, making it hard for Scarlett to really win a fight.
Wow, we just saw that that unit's lost, have one Immortal dying for 90-something Roaches. He's attacking in once again. SOS trying to push his advantage right now. Scarlett losing a lot of units. Those Immortals dealing so much damage. A ton of Zealots being warped in from behind. Those reinforcements going to help out massively.
The damage seems to be going up exponentially as the fourth base location is being given up here by Scarlett. Scarlett trying to come down with anything else she has, but there are just too many Immortals. GG! SOS wins his first game.
She's actually making a lot of Zerglings right now.
Oh, is she?
Is she actually
on the way? Try to dart out here?
It might be.
And again, it's in a game of incomplete information. This is a lot of times how you want to do it.
Look at that.
Okay,
6 Zerglings getting out before the Adept can see, leaving those initial 4 that SOS already knows about.
It appears that Scarlett may have effectively duped SOS here. As natural, the second base here for SOS is exposed. Is Scarlett going to be able to run in and possibly start taking out a lot of workers? Yes, she will!
Yeah, she's going to surround this first Adept and get an easy kill right there. That is a huge moment. Going after the pylon now. That will unpower the gateway. No more units would be able to be made. So, of course, SOS coming out with his probes, attacking, but it won't be quick enough.
Power out over at SOS's natural expansion. The links now go in, and it looks like Scarlett's going to try to gear up for a big drop here into the main.
Multiple Overlords being morphed right now for big drops coming in and not able to make any more units. When this Oracle runs out of energy, there's going to be almost nothing left to defend.
Scarlett's continuing to produce more and more Zerglings. She wants to get this closed out right here, right now. The Gateway and the Cybernetics core are powered up again, but Scarlett's trying to chew her way through that position as well.
Oh, the Adepts shade down to try to hold this front entrance, but then the Zerglings break through. They're in the natural right now, trying to kill off all these probes and to drop into the main base.
Scarlett now barreling into the main base. So many workers now being taken out. There's really not much to defend.
Oh my god, the amount of damage here is massive. 8 probes, 9 probes already falling, 11 probes dead. sOs trying to hold on, but he has almost nothing left.
Scarlett now spilling down here into the second base, nothing to defend. sOs scrambling to try to recover this. If sOs cannot hang on and stabilize, he will lose this game.
sOs, these are his last legs. He's standing on more and more Zerglings, flooding up right now. The Oracle's trying to clean up these Zerglings, but the damage is massive.
And it looks like yet another Adept goes down. Excuse me, goes down, allowing these Zerglings to try to spill in. I don't know if sOs can stop this at this point in time, Artosis.
The Oracles are running out of energy. They can't kill anymore. There's almost no probes left over here for sOs. He's trying to stay alive. Another Oracle pops out. If only he can survive here, keep these probes alive.
24 probes now going down. Pretty soon, sOs will have no more workers remaining, as his count is down to 5 workers total.
Oh, sOs, if only he could stabilize, but Scarlett has kept this aggression on. Zerglings going after this Nexus, and that is it. GG! Scarlett is the IEM Pyeongchang 2018 champion.